Howdy guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at part 2 from our preferences general tab. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now if we head into the program, so like I mentioned, there's going to be part 2 of our preferences for the general tab. The previous one we looked at a few different settings like undo and constraints. Now we're going to be adding or looking at some new ones. So obviously, once again, in order to get to the feature or the preferences, we have to go to our main menu on top, edit, and then go down till we find preferences. Now the last time we stopped was here by the move distance with arrow keys. Now we're going to be carrying on. So here, the next one we have is save document every, and then it has a timer, X amount of minutes. Now this is great if you're someone that keeps forgetting to save your projects, like it happens, and then maybe something crashes, and then you lose everything. It's never fun. Or you're perhaps working on a project that's very important, then it's also a good idea to switch this on, put your amount of minutes, and then every X amount of minutes it will automatically save the document for you. Now the pros of that being on is obviously it's way safer. It can be sometimes a bit annoying because maybe you may change it, you don't like it, and then it saves it for you. So it's like yeah, so you must just see what works for you. I am in quite a good habit of always saving, so I leave mine off, but like I said, it's very easy to forget to save, so this one's maybe not a bad idea. You can just adjust the minutes accordingly. And then next up we have trash capacity. So this will pretty much be the amount of files within your trash that can save. So if you think you might have to backtrack quite a bit or get something in the trash some time ago, you can always increase that. But as you can see, currently I only have 10 files in my trash. Then the next little option here, under that we've got now the precision. So at the moment you can see it's 0.000. And if we had to look on the right here, what that comes down to is any value you set, now we'll have the value which is in centimeters, and then we have 0.0, or in this case 100, so it's 3 digits that we can adjust. So if I had to change this, let's say just to a point, say okay, now you can see it only says 84.1. So if you don't have to work in like micromillimeters and things like that, then you can simply just leave that at a higher value. Then obviously this also changes depending on if you're on millimeters or so forth. I mean the numbers will stay the same, but then the depth you can go into is even more. Then the next option here we have drag and drop. What this comes down to is we have two different options, embedded and link. So the embedded will basically save the image into your actual document. So it'll make your document a bit bigger, but if you have to copy it to a client, then at least it'll come with the graphics. But let's say you are busy working on something, so I'm just going to go on linked. Let's say you are designing an image and then you want to drag and drop it in. So I'm going to grab this little guy just as a sample, throw him in here, and let us zoom to this image. So now currently, let's say I wanted to make changes to it. So I'm going to go here to this file, right click, just edit in paint, oops, not print. I'm going to go edit, and let's say I made changes. I'm just going to take eraser and erase this gap between his teeth, just so we can see the difference. I'm going to save that, so file, save, close, and then we go back into the program. Now you're not going to see updates just yet, so what you're going to have to do is you want to save, close your project, and then just reopen it. And then now if I zoom in with this, you can see that gap is gone. Now if this was embedded, if I change this file, nothing will happen to the actual one inside the file. But like I say, if you're busy still working on the graphics, linked is always not a bad idea. So I'm just going to send this one back to embedded. Then the next option here we have is actual color display pop-ups as Windows as, so display color pop-up window as, and then we have two options. We've got a list view and a palette view. So currently what will happen is if I have, let's grab a random shape that's got a color. If I want to adjust the color over here on the pop-up window, and then currently it's going to display it as a list. The nice thing about this is you can see the names. So if you're working with specific colors, you can see the names as well. But if we had to now go here to edit preferences and we change this to palette view, now you can see it gives us a nice little grid here. So if you maybe have only X amount of colors you're working with and you know which ones are which, or it doesn't really matter, then grid can sometimes be fun. But if you're working for clients, I would recommend leaving this on list view. Then under that we have another option called save settings on exit. Now this will be, for instance, let's say you've set up your default colors and maybe some variables for different things. Then every time you exit, it's going to save it, which can be handy. On the other hand, obviously if you keep this off, let's say you want your default colors to always be the same every time you start the program, then what you can do is you leave this off, and every time you exit it will reset all those settings, and then you have to adjust it every time if you want to change it. And then last one is a smooth screen display. This will pretty much just be what you view. It will try smooth everything for you, which I also like to leave on because it looks a little bit better. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the main part of the preferences on the general tab. We've got some more we're going to be looking at, but we'll do that in a future video, seeing that this one's carrying on a bit long. In the meanwhile though, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.